Good morning. This is the National Weather Service in Jackson with a Friday morning update on Hurricane Delta. This briefing was recorded at 11:30 a.m. on Friday, October the 9th. Hurricane Delta is now situated just off the coast of southwest Louisiana this morning and is now moving northward at 13 miles per hour. And on that track, it's expected to make landfall on the southwest Louisiana coast early this evening, probably shortly after sunset. It will then weaken as it moves inland to a tropical storm overnight, and by Saturday morning be in the Monroe, Louisiana area as a tropical storm, and then weaken to a tropical depression as it crosses into Mississippi during the day on Saturday, before pulling away from the area on Sunday and into early next week. The main impacts that we're expecting from this system in our area will occur mainly tonight and into the early part of Saturday. Outer rain bands are already moving across our area as of the daytime on Friday. We expect to see those increase, along with an increasing potential for flooding heading into tonight and into Saturday morning, especially across western parts of the area closer to the Mississippi River along the track of the system. Tropical storm force winds are still a bit farther away from our area. They're expected to reach the central Louisiana, southwest Mississippi area early tonight, spreading northward across the remainder of northeast Louisiana and parts of western Mississippi during the overnight hours. Looking specifically at that wind threat, the area of greatest concern where you're most likely to see tropical storm force winds will be across all of our northeastern Louisiana parishes and our southwest Mississippi counties, up from the Natchez area up to around the Vicksburg area, and then possibly just into far southeastern Arkansas. In those areas, you could see sustained winds of 30 to 45 miles per hour with gusts of 50 to 60 miles per hour. That's also the area where you have the highest likelihood of having down trees and power lines, which could lead to some power outages. Outside of that, though, we're still going to have gusty winds across the remainder of the area with sustained winds of 20 to 25 miles per hour and gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour possible. Power outages are possible in those areas as well with a few downed trees, though it should be a bit more isolated than the area along the Mississippi River. These winds are going to begin mainly this evening as we look at our timing in the southwest part of the area, maybe shortly after sunset, and spreading northward through the overnight hours up into the Delta area during the early morning hours on Saturday. With the system weakening as it moves farther inland, those winds will be generally decreasing as it moves farther to the north. And as a result of those winds that we're expecting, tropical storm warnings are in effect for all of our northeastern Louisiana parishes and for our Mississippi counties along the river from Issaquena on south to Louisiana state line, and also Franklin County there. There's also a wind advisory that extends around that area for the gusty winds that we're anticipating across much of the rest of the area. Moving along to our flash flooding concerns, there will be very heavy rain along the track of the system with up to 4 to 8 inches possible roughly along and west of the Mississippi River. There could even be some locally higher totals in the midst of that area as well, which could result in some flash flooding. Farther to the east, there could be a few bands of heavier rain. Generally, we're expecting 2 to 3 inches of rain with locally higher amounts. Again, some isolated areas could see higher totals if we get a band of heavier rain associated with the system moving through that area. There could be flash flooding concerns as early as today, but the main concerns are going to be more into tonight and through the early part of the day on Saturday. And here's a regional view of the rainfall totals that we're expecting with Hurricane Delta. Again, the western part of our area, as you get closer to the Mississippi River, is where we're expecting the highest amounts. That's where you see some amounts above 6 inches possible. There is also a tornado threat, as we often see with tropical systems with Hurricane Delta. Main concern with that is going to be more to the east, basically along the Mississippi River and to the east. In the south part of our area, kind of today through tonight, and then farther to the north, there could be more of a lingering threat early into the early part of Saturday as well. This is a marginal risk, so we're not expecting an outbreak of tornadoes per se, but it is possible that we'll have a few tornadoes. So there could be some tornado warnings overnight and into Saturday, and folks need to be prepared to take quick action in case a warning is issued for their area. That concludes our briefing. We're not planning another special briefing for this system, so our next update will be with our routine weekly briefing on Monday afternoon. Thank you for listening.